Hi everyone, Alan from ATC. Good to see you. Today's session will be on calming anxiety. So let's go right to it. So let's start by finding a comfortable posture with the back's feeling straight, shoulders relaxed, feet flat on the floor, hands comfortable on our belly or our laps. And when you're ready, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. So today we'll talk about thoughts, and more specifically how anxiety arises when we have thoughts about what might go wrong in the future. And it's so easy for us to jump to conclusions, to seeing the worst and predicting all types of catastrophes that haven't happened and likely won't happen. The reason we do this is because we view predicting things as a way of controlling the unknown, which of course is impossible to do, even though our worst fears are really realized. We still play those scenarios in our mind, and we imagine embarrassments, rejections, failures, health issues, and these thoughts can send us into a tailspin. But if we're able to put a pause on these projections and observe our thoughts and identify them as just that, thoughts, and nothing else, they lose their power. So, in this relaxed state that you're in now, or as you're entering a relaxed state, if you can imagine that you're in a large field, lying down on your back on the grass, or if you prefer, a blanket, and it's a warm sunny day and you're watching the clouds overhead, and you will calmly observe the many shapes and sizes of clouds, watching them pass by freely. And that's how we'd like to observe our thoughts. Just observe them, let them come and go freely. We want to observe them with acceptance and objectivity rather than reacting to them. So today we'll work on developing the quality of non-reactivity. So take another moment to settle in. Feel the gentle pull of gravity as your body relaxes. Feeling the floor beneath your feet grounded to the earth. And when you're ready, take a few long, deep breaths. Deep inhales, slow, full exhales. Filling the body up with air and then releasing it. So now return to your natural breath and locate the area where you feel your breath most distinctly. That might be inside your nostrils when you're breathing in, or the back of your throat. It might be your chest, your belly, or anywhere else in your body. Rest your awareness on that area when your breath feels most focused, and tune in to the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves your body. Let go of any tension. Just breathe in whatever way feels natural. The breath might be long, it might be short, whatever works for you. Just find your own natural rhythm. And if your attention has wandered, simply acknowledge that and return to the breath. And when you have thoughts, which everybody does, watch them pass by like clouds in the sky and come back to the breath as your anchor. Tune into that one area where you feel the breath most distinctly. Each time you breathe in, know that you're breathing in. Each time you breathe out, have the presence of mind that you are breathing out. Focus on one breath at a time, over and over. So notice where your mind is. Maybe you observe strong thoughts arising. Don't try to repress them or push them away. When we give them power, they grow stronger. So we want to observe the thought and release it without getting carried away by it. This isn't the time to analyze. All we're here to do is still the mind and observe. Just like you're lying on your back on the field, looking up at the sky and observing the clouds. So thoughts will pull your attention, so let them come and go without reacting to them. And keep coming back to the breath. And try to stay with the full length of the breath no matter what. Each time you notice your mind has wandered, bring it back in a gentle, patient way. Whether you have a happy thought or an anxious thought, treat it the same way. Don't get caught up in the emotion beneath the thought. Simply observe it and release it again. Let it pass like a cloud crossing the sky. Now gently bring your attention back to home base, the breath. Breath after breath after breath. As we cultivate moment-to-moment awareness, we begin to notice how our anxiety is connected to our thoughts. We learn to observe them as just that, thoughts, not reality, and they're less likely to pull us into that state of anxiety or worry. Each thought is just a story we're telling ourselves, and most likely not nearly as scary as we believe. By learning to let thoughts rise and acknowledge them without reactivity, we interrupt the flow of anxiety, which thrives on negative projections of the future. Meditation helps us to develop this ability, and as we approach the end of the session, come back to this time and this place. Feel your feet on the floor, hear the sounds around you, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, just a reminder, a quote by Viktor Frankl on mindfulness: between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space is a power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So, take care, wish you well.